The scene settings within Vizrt allow you to change different variables within the scene itself. So I'm going to come up here just below the main tab bar and I'm going to click on this drop down list and go to scene settings. Now we have different tabs in here. First one, background, video, renderer, plugin, script, warm up, and clipper. Just going to focus on the background for now. The first setting we have in here is alpha, and alpha defines how your key signal is executed. And the options we have here is virtual set, full screen, overlay, auto key. Virtual set is only relevant if you have the virtual set feature from Vizrt. Full screen sets the whole screen as a key. And to see this, we'll come down here and turn on our key button. As we do that, the whole screen is now a key. There's also an overlay setting. Overlay is set for those containers that have the key function attached, and the auto key automatically keys this. So how these two work is I'm going to first drag an object down into here, and we'll also throw a material on it. And we'll go back into our scene settings. Now on overlay mode, when we turn the key channel on, we don't see anything because I have to go into my functions and drag the key on it. Now when I turn the key on, we can see the key function. If I turn the key off, get rid of the key function and go to auto key and then turn the key back on, it shows us the key signal, but yet notice we don't have the key function on here. Below the alpha setting, there's also a color, so we can change the color of the background of the scene. By default, it's always black, but you can come in and change it to any color you want. It's RGB by default. You can change it to HSV, and we also have a color picker here that we can roam around on our user interface and choose it that way. Below the color, you're going to notice three boxes. One's background image, foreground image, preview image. We can throw images in the background here. So if I wanted an image in the background to show up and design around, let's say we have a picture of the set and you need to design some graphics based around that, you could throw the picture of the set in the background image. There's an active button which you can turn on or off. If it's on or off, the picture still stays there. You can drag this picture to the trash can to get rid of it. There's also a foreground image, so we can drag this into the foreground, and this will be in the foreground of anything that you design. We can have multiple images in there if we want, so we could have a background image, a foreground image as well. And again, you have an active and inactive button which you can turn on or off. Now there's also a preview image here which you drop in there, basically another way to use your images as a background element. Again, if you want to get rid of these, you can drag these right to the trash can. Now below the images is a mask invert. Notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when we're using these functions, such as the mask within our function primitives, this is how we would set it to invert our mask function. Below that, we have an option for shadows. When we use the caster receiver, it means that shadows are enabled. If we turn this button off, notice right now we have a mask invert, 7 and 8, they're grayed out. Once we turn this button off, 7 and 8 are now active. There's also a tree color text, so we can select how we want our containers to be colored. We have a little drop down here, which we can select the color on it. So if I drag my containers down here, I can select this, and let's say I want these containers to be certain colors, we can select it. Now within the config button, there's an option to change this. And if we go into our user interface within the config, there are our colors here, which we can choose, and you can choose different colors for these. Once you save and restart Vizrt, that's when the colors will be picked up and shown within this list.